What's going on, guys? FallenRedZeo here, back doing more action figures. This time we have the Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3 set, featuring the Build-A-Figure of the Fat Thor, which we can see his head's over here. So in this set, we get characters that are featured in Avengers Endgame. So we've got Iron Patriot and Captain America, along with Heimdall and Iron Man Mark 85, ending off with Valkyrie and Vison. So this is a pretty cool looking set altogether. I like the actual figures, and then we get the Fat Thor Build-A-Figure, which is, it's okay. I mean, it's a cool figure to have. It's a funny figure to have and stuff, especially from the way he acts in the movie and stuff. It's cool to get the Fat Thor figure, but me personally, I don't think it's that much of a die-hard figure to get, so I don't really care that much for it. But I hope you do, and if you do, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a thumbs up on the video, and of course subscribe to see all of our action figure videos. But let's go ahead and get into it. So first up here we have Iron Patriot, which has James Rhodes on the inside. So this suit looks amazing, and it looks very familiar to the War Machine suits we've gotten with the War Machine Punisher and the Captain America Civil War War Machine. So it looks very much like that, a very similar body design, but obviously it's repainted, has more stuff added onto it, and it's painted in the red, white, and blue colors, which looks amazing, which of course is what Iron Patriot is. So this version is the Iron Patriot Armor Mark II, and it was of course created by Tony Stark for Rhodey. And this suit, very similar to Iron Man's, gives him extra ability. So it gives him superhuman durability and strength. He can fly, and it also provides a walking aid on the inside for Rhodey, since obviously he got damaged by Vision in Civil War. So that's pretty cool. So again, this suit just looks amazing. Of course, in the red, white, and blue colors, it's a War Machine suit made to be, the Iron Patriot, the American version of the suit, and it looks awesome. So up top we have his mask there, of course, and so instead of white, it really goes more for silver, so we got the silver face there. And then we have the blue, which is a metallic or candied blue. Like the way it looks, you can kind of see through, so that's why I call it candied. And then the red mixed in with it just look amazing, so we can see the front of the suit, his arc reactor, and of course all sorts of mechanics. The red in the center, I really like that. Blue down to legs to the red details there on the top of the boots and on the side. I like the red gloves and the red arms and everything. And then of course he's loaded out with guns, as you can see, which of course here on his arms we have his wrist machine guns, which you can see up top looks like all sorts of other little guns are all around it, and rocket launchers as well. And then even down on his legs here on the thighs, we have the missile canisters that pop out of his thighs and can shoot off the 8 missiles that we see. So this just looks super cool and awesome, and I love the way it looks. There's a look at the back. It's just so cool. This is definitely one of the best looking figures ever. But let's look at the movement. So his head can obviously twist and nod a little bit, but of course he's kind of built up with the armor around his neck, so he can't move too much. The shoulders do move up a little bit, I'd say about 90 degrees, and the upper shoulder pads here are like a soft rubber, so they do move out of the way. And there is like a ball joint in there, so we can see that. And then it has the bicep twist and a single elbow, but it has a big large elbow joint, and it also has a twist in there. And then the wrist can obviously twist around and flex as usual. He has a little bit of an ab crunch and twist right at his chest. Legs come out about 90 off to the side, and as you can see, it's got the ball style joint there. Thigh twist, of course, a double knee joint, and then the foot down at the bottom does have like movements, but you can't really do too much. Like it has the joint to do a back and forth, but you can't get it because of the armor. And then it just has a little bit of a swivel, so not a whole lot of movements there, but it doesn't really need it because it's a big robot, so you don't really need a lot of movements. It just looks super cool. So he comes with some accessories. So we have these double barrel cannons that you attach onto his back, kind of like that, so they just stick into his back there and they come off the top, so that looks cool. And then we also have these dual missile pods that we stick on that of course have all the little rockets inside of them that go on there like that, so that looks super cool. He's all armored out now, so he's got the guns on his arms, the guns coming off of his back, and the missile launcher stuff, so he's ready to fight all the bad guys. So that looks really cool there for that. And then he also comes with Thor head, so we have the regular Thor head and then the face with the glasses and stuff, so we got those two for the Fat Thor, and that's pretty cool there. Like I said, this is probably my favorite Marvel Legends figure currently. I just think it looks awesome. I love the colors and everything they chose for it. Just super cool here for Iron Patriot. And next up we have Captain America, which is of course Steve Rogers, the super soldier from World War II. So I'm going to reference Endgame a lot since that's what these figures from. So this is him from when they did their time travel, time heist to get the Infinity Stones, and they went back to 2012 to Avengers 1 to try and get the Time Stone and the Tesseract. And so when they went back, he got into a suit from Avengers, so that's what he is here. So it's a very classic looking suit, very classic figure. I almost wouldn't be surprised if this was just a pretty much remake or reprinting of the Captain America from the first Avenger movie, Marvel Legends, especially because it has some older joints like the hip joints here, but I don't have the figure with me, the older one, to compare it to, because we weren't able to find it for some reason. But this looks pretty cool. I love this look for Captain America. The only thing I wish is that the insides here on his abdomen and inner arms, I wish it was more of a white color, and this would be almost like my perfect Captain America look, but unfortunately it's not. So for Moonso, his head can twist and then nod a little, so it can go back a little and just forward some. The shoulders can come up over 90 degrees and of course twist all the way around. Then we have the bicep twist, double elbow joint, and then the arm does twist around, but it doesn't have the wrist because it's right at the top of the glove, so that's where it twists, but it doesn't have the flexing and everything, so that's kind of weird. And then we have the twist and crunch right under the chest. You can hear that popping, but no waist twist on it. So again, this is really makes me feel they just remade the old figure. And then of course it has the ball joint for the hips there, so the hips do come out, you know, 90 degrees out to the side, out to the front, a little bit over 90. So a lot of range of movements there though. Then we have of course the thigh twist, which you can clearly see. Double knee joint, and then the foot can flex and twist side to side. So definitely going classic Marvel Legend Captain America here. So Captain America, of course, we all know about his powers, that he got the super soldier serum, which enhanced his physiology and gave him superhuman strength, intelligence, durability, speed, agility, stamina, reflexes, senses, and healing factor. And then of course the accessories he comes with, of course he's got to have his Captain America shield, so it goes on his arm like that. And then we also get the right hand of Thor for the Build-A-Figure, and that's it for Captain America. Then next up we have Heimdall, which we unfortunately did not see in Endgame, but we did see at the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, and we saw his death there. But of course he is the all-seeing and hearing guard of the Bifrost Bridge, and then his last-minute sacrifice to possibly help save the world, he transported Hulk from the ship up in space being attacked by Thanos down to Earth to help warn Earth. So this looks pretty cool. So it's a different version than Heimdall we normally see. Doesn't have, you know, his big armor on stuff. He's just in what I'd call like civilian clothes, because obviously by what we see in Thor Ragnarok, he's in hiding and everything, so he's trying to, you know, blend in with everybody. So he's got this like mysterious cloak and everything on. But if we look at his face, you can see his face up there. It looks pretty good. Looks, you know, very much like Idris Elba and everything. The eyes you can see are kind of hazy and stuff because he has covered over eyes because he can see without his eyes. But it looks very good. And then we have his cloak on over the top, which you can see has a hood on the back there. So it's all brown cloak with some red stripes on it. And then he's got some red and brown clothing underneath. So a red shirt, brown pants, and they look, you know, dirty and worn out and everything. And some leather boots on down there at the bottom and stuff. Fortunately, his cloak gets in the way, so we can't see a lot of moon. So maybe we can take his head off. So there we go. So with the cloak off, he looks a little bit better. It looks like there may be some issues with like the design stuff. But anyway, so there we can see his red shirt. So he's a sleeveless shirt on and stuff, and you can see his arms there. So you can see he's been cut up. So he has a big cut there across his bicep, there on his abdomen too. So he's just all cut up from battle. But for movements are going to be about the same. So the head twist and nod, shoulders come up about that far, bicep, double elbow, wrist, twist and crunch right at the chest. No waist twist on that. Legs about 90 degrees, thigh twist, double knee joint, and the foot doesn't move a whole lot back and forth. It does have some movements, just the way it's designed a little weird, but it does have the twist as well. So there we go, his cloak back on. And so for some of his powers, he is an Asgardian, so he has superhuman strength, speed, stamina, and healing factor, and then he himself has omnisenses and the use of dark magic. And so for his accessories, he comes with Hofund, which is his sword, which is what he used to control the Bifrost Bridge, and it's just a nice big old sword. So it's a big long broadsword to stick into his hands, but you can also take it and stick it through the whole back, like under his hood, and it just slides into the back there. So he's got the sword there on his back. And then we have the left leg of Thor there. So that's pretty cool there for Heimdall. And then next up we have Iron Man in his Mark 85 armor. Of course this is Tony Stark, and he's considered to be a genius, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, which of course we've heard him say that before. And we know that through Endgame we see him sacrifice himself to snap Thanos and all his minions out of existence. So this Iron Man looks pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of Iron Man, so none of the Iron Man are really like ever my favorites, but this is obviously his nanostructure suit designed how we see it in the movie and stuff. So it's very like classic looking mixed in with the new stuff. So the nano suit, the way it works and stuff, but mixed in with the older design. So we have the classic red and gold color, so you can see the gold face with the red main body, and then we get the gold arm designs, gold leg designs, and then the silver interspersed, which is the whole like nano stuff. We have his arc reactor there in the center of his chest, which is supposed to be shaped like a heart. I don't think it obviously looks like a heart, it's just a weird shape, but that's what it's supposed to be. But again, another nice looking Iron Man suit design and stuff, and again they feel different than all the other figures do. For Moonso, going to be about the same. So head nod, twist, shoulders move up and around, bicep, double elbow, wrist, ab crunch and twist. Again, no waist twist on this figure. Legs come out a little bit, thigh twist, double knee joint, and the foot can flex and twist. So pretty much as normal. So he comes with a lot of stuff. So first off, he comes with two hands, so we get another open hand and then another fist hand, so you can have your choice. He comes with a bunch of repulsor blasts. He comes with 4 of them, so you can stick him in his hands and probably his feet, so he can go and pop one in his hand like that, and then you can also put him down his feet, so he's more like flying. And then another really cool thing that he comes with is he also comes with the nano gauntlet. So the nano suit turns into an infinity gauntlet with all of the infinity stones on there, as you can see them. And then of course once Iron Man has this, he does the snap and gets gets rid of Thanos, but unfortunately kills himself in the process. So I know this is made for the Hulk, so the like Hulk Build-A-Figure from the last wave, but I was hoping maybe it would still fit on Iron Man. It'd just be too big for him, but it'd still fit, but unfortunately it doesn't. The peg is too big for his hand, so unfortunately Iron Man can't wear it, so we'll have to get the Hulk and put it on him at some point. So Iron Man's suit provides him with super strength, durability, surface reforming with the nanosuit, flight, portability, object integration such as the Infinity Stones, repulsors which we see, and a unibeam that will shoot out of his chest. So of course then he comes with the Thor left hand, and then we also get a replacement hand there for Thor. So that's it for the Iron Man. Next up here we have Valkyrie, whose real name is Brunhild, and she's the last remaining Asgardian warrior called the Valkyries. But when we first see her in the movies, it's Thor Ragnarok, where she's a bounty hunter on Sakaar. Her name is Scrapper 142. But by the end of the game, we see that she's become the king of New Asgard in Tønsberg, Norway. So she looks really cool here. I really like the look of this, and of course she looks very much like the actress. It looks very close to her face. I was quite surprised she looked as good as that. So they did a really good job there. I love her hair. It's all like put up and braided, everything. We have braids coming down there off into her chest and everything. And then she's in the Valkyrie armor there, which looks really cool. So it's described as being all gray and white, with having a chest plate with a color protector, shoulder protectors, gauntlets and boots, with golden knee pads and gold plating on the hips, which we'll see that here. And then of course her blue cape, which on the back is supposed to be the logo of Odin. So unfortunately though, this cape is kind of loose and it just holds on to one peg, so the shoulder armor kind of pieces just kind of move around if the cape moves, and it's off to the side like it's blowing in the wind and stuff. So I don't like the way it looks, and I wish it was held on better. I hope someday that Hasbro and Marvel Legends can figure out how to like put on a cape and make it look good. I never think any of their capes look that good. But the movements are going to be the same as usual. So the head twist and then nod. Shoulders come up, single elbow joint but twisted there as well. Wrist can move, crunch and twist under the chest. Legs come out just a very little bit off to the side. Thigh twist, double knee joint, and foot flexes and twist at the bottom with a very high heel on. So Valkyries are Asgard, so they have the same power, strength, durability, speed, agility, and healing factor. And she's a mastery in combat and weaponry, which we do see with her accessory where she comes with Dragonfang, which is just a sword that they give to all the Valkyries, which is really nice. It's got like a nice tealish green blue color of sword with a nice like white handle and stuff. It's real nice and skinny and stuff, and then it even has a sheath here. So it looks very cool. I wish you could stick it on somewhere. I don't really see anywhere that you can put it, but obviously we can just take the sword and slide it into her hand. Kind of like that in her hand. And then she also comes with the right leg of Thor, and that's going to be it for Valkyrie. And next up here we have Vision, which is another character that the last time we saw them was in Avengers Infinity War. And so of course Vision is an android, which we all know that, and he has a vibranium body that has a mix of Ultron and Jarvis inside of him, and he's powered by the Mind Stone, which we can see up there on the top of his head right there. So Vision looks very familiar to the Vision we've already had from the Vision Scarlet Witch 2-pack that was I think a Toys R Us exclusive back when it was still open, and I believe from Civil War as well. So it's been a while. I don't know if he looks much different. Again, that's another figure I don't have out to be able to compare it to, but it looks very familiar. It's a nice like metallic and see-through, so we have like, especially on the cape, so the yellow is a little bit see-through, you can kind of see my fingers, but then we have a nice metallic pink color, and then like especially on his head, you know, it's a nice metallic pink and silver. Then the body is kind of like a see-through metallic green, again with the metallic pink hands and boots down at the bottom. So again, it's nice colors and everything, but it looks a little weird. The face just looks a little odd how it's so shiny and stuff. I feel it would maybe look a little better if it was a flat color. But from Infinity War, we know unfortunately what happens to Vision, that Thanos of course is after all the stones, and he's after the Mind Stone in his head. So Thanos ends up taking it out and causing Vision to die in the process. But this figure again looks so cool. I like the look and colors of it and everything, but the movement's going to be the same as always. So the head twist and nod, shoulders come up a little over 90, bicep twist, double elbow joint, wrist twist and flex, ab crunch, twist at the waist, legs come out about 90, thigh twist, double knee joint, and foot flexes and twist at the bottom. So since Vision has a synthetic body, it gives him strength, durability, density manipulation, which is his phasing, flight, energy blast, skin constructs, and computer interaction. So unfortunately he doesn't come with any accessories or anything because Vision doesn't really do anything, but he does come with Thor pieces. So we got the main body of Thor here, the Fat Thor, and then we also have Stormbreaker to go along with it. So that's pretty cool, and that's it for Vision. So that gives us all the pieces now to build Fat Thor, so I'll go ahead and do that and we'll check it out. So here we got Fat Thor. So of course he's the Asgardian god of thunder, and of course Thor came across a lot of issues. So in Infinity War he lost half of the Guardians to Thanos, and then after failing to kill Thanos in the end with Stormbreaker by chopping his head off, instead he hit him in the chest, and Thanos was able to do the snap, which got rid of half the Earth population and a lot of other people that he knew. That caused Thor to fall into a deep depression Vison, which then in 5 years later, he was found to be overweight like this. He was drunk and depressed as the ruler of New Asgard. But Hulk and Rocket Raccoon convince him to come back and join the Avengers, whereas they're trying to figure out how to resolve the snap. Thor just is constantly going around drinking and it's falling asleep all the time. And Iron Man even makes a comment that he looks like the dude from The Big Lebowski. So this is just, again, a fun looking Thor. This version of Thor just had me dying in the movie and stuff, and I just thought it was so funny, just the way his body transformed. But if you went through the same situation he did, you'd probably be about the same. And then unfortunately kind of has a body similar to mine, so there's been some comparisons there between me and him. And I was even told I should do a Fat Thor cosplay, so that really made me feel good. But this figure is okay, like I said. So there's a look at his face. So we got, of course, the face. I think looks pretty good as a scar across his face. Big old bushy beard, this long hair again. Then we can see he has a blue hoodie on, so I like even how they have the strings there and stuff, and the hood there in the back. Then a red robe over the top of that. I like how he even has like some brown gloves on. He's got some weird pants that look almost like prison pants to me. I don't know what they're supposed to be, but they're weird looking pants. And then he even has Crocs down on his feet, which of course just make this look even worse. But for movement, so his head twist and nod as usual. Arms can come up 90 degrees and rotate around. He has a bicep twist inside of the sleeve, double elbow joint, and wrist can twist around and flex. A little bit of an ab crunch and twist right out his chest, and then a waist twist under the hoodie. Legs can come out a little less than 90. I'll move around stuff inside the robe. Thigh twist and a single knee joint that also has a twist. And then the feet flex and twist down at the bottom. But again, he has some accessories that we've seen. So he has the additional head here with the sunglasses on, so if you want that. So like when he's falling asleep in the meeting, he has his glasses on. We get the additional left hand here that has the little quantum machine that allows them to travel through time and stuff. They have that they put on their hands, so you can have that. And then of course he has Stormbreaker as well, which doesn't look too good. It looks like they went a little bit crazy with the paint job, the silver. It went all over the wood, unfortunately. But he's got that there as well. So that's going to be for this Marvel Legends Avengers Endgame Wave 3 set featuring the Fat Thor Build-A-Figure set here. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments down below. Leave a thumbs up on the video. And of course, subscribe to see more figure videos on our channel. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.